Alright, and here we are. We're in VR. That's a really weird sentence to start off with, but if I said this was my first time doing this, I'd lie, because I recorded one earlier today, about an hour's worth of footage, and it kind of didn't turn out right. The audio got fucked up with the video, and it was out of sync, because I tried to record with Shadowplay, and I was about to say OBS, and Audacity. Didn't work out too great. So, I was able to figure out a setting for OBS, and here we are, so hopefully this turns out nicely. Neatly. I don't want to turn too much around because you might be seeing stuff over there. I don't want to give that away yet because I have things to go through, like updates. But yeah, it's frustrating. Here we are. So let me back up a bit and we'll turn. As you can see, we have the dates: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Behind me is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You might be wondering, why is this here? Don't look at that yet. Why is this here? Well, that's because I just want to go over the schedule for VR, and I'll explain everything everything else about the game once I explain this. So I'm just going to pick regular marker, really low. We're going to choose white just to get out of the way. Alright, so Monday is VR. That's it. Tuesday is a playthrough. I'll just put that as PL. I was trying to figure out how to type that in. Write it, because I'm actually physically moving and writing. That's a playthrough plus a Portal 2 request. I still take those, so please send them. Wednesday is Workshop Wednesday as usual. Nothing changes there. Thursday is the same thing. A playthrough plus a request. Friday is another VR. I am starting this on Friday, it should be, but I will have another one on Monday. Saturday is playthrough plus request, and same thing for Sunday, so I don't have to rewrite that 4 times. Now, here's the thing. I was considering, because I have to fix my headphones as they're falling out as I talk about this, I was considering making next Wednesday, just only for that Wednesday, Portal Stories Mel VR. It should only take like 20 to 30 minutes to do, so I think I should do that on Wednesday, just to get the Portal stuff out of the way. So I was thinking, since it's Friday, we'll be doing Tilt Brush today, probably 2 videos, one to get all this and show the game, and another one for me to paint something. Monday will probably be Job Simulator, because that has been one of the most requested games for me to play, and I wanted to start off with, I was about to say paint, Tilt Brush, because I was like, okay, what if I do this and it messes up? Well, guess what? It messed up. So here I am doing this again because I want to get my first time reactions for Job Simulator. I haven't even looked at a video, I haven't even read about it. I just got it with the game, let it sit there, haven't even downloaded it. So, okay, now next thing. What am I going to be playing? If we look over to this wall, we have a list of things I'm going to be playing, such as, I'm assuming I have beaten Half-Life 2 Episode 2 as I'm doing this. It would be Transistors next. That is the Talos Principle plus DLC. That is Antechamber. That is Quantum Conundrum. I was too lazy to write out the whole thing, so there you go. And let's see, is there anything else I want to touch on? I'd say maybe like Fallout DLC. I'll be getting to that, but I might just throw it along with VR, but nobody watches that anyway, so I could put it up whenever I want. It doesn't really matter. So that's good. And if you're watching this right now, that means the quality of the video and the mic, which is on my nipple right here, the clip-on mic is working out just fine. So here we go. So what I'm going to do here is basically going to give you a rundown of all the basic things of this game. You can loosely call it a game. It's basically just a giant paint app, which is fucking amazing. Okay, so if we were to go through the environments, as right now we have the night sky one, which is, as you can see, space. It's followed by the mountains in the view distance. And the standard one is just the mountains. Very copy and pasted, as you can see all the way around. Wish they would have at least did some variation with that. Next one is space, one of my favorites, because you have the sun, you have space all around you down below you, and you have a fucking 3D moon right here that you can go up to and go around, which is amazing. I also have to make sure I don't step on cords. I'm still getting used to this. But yeah, that's space. We have dress form, if I want to dress a lady, which I don't know why I do that. I always just tend to do the opposite, which is undress them, so there we go. Environment is pedestal, so if you want to make sculptures, which wouldn't be these things, because that is not the right thing because these are awful. Alright, then we have snowman if you want to build a snowman. Like that. And you have a snowman. I'm sure you could do other things around it, but you know. Basically the mountains push closer with the snow texture on them, which is nice. Very nice feeling with the snow falling down, as you can see. And then we have, which this is where it starts to get a bit creepy. I mean, that's creepy right there, but this is even creepier. Where'd it go? We have black. It's just pitch black. I mean, we have that as a safety net for us getting scared. We have white, which is if you want to go blind. Here you go. That's how you do it. And we have blue, which is as you'd expect, blue. Now, what you don't see, what's here for me, is it right about here, there's like this grid. I'm pretty sure it's not going to show up. It's like this grid. It tells me that's the end of my play area. Don't go that far, you're going to bump into shit that you've set around your house. So, let's get rid of that. Let's switch over to the regular standard one, because I figured that's the easiest one to explain. Looks the nicest with the lighting. I'm assuming the light comes from somewhere. It looks like the ground's illuminated, but there we go. Okay, so if we were to go through every single thing here. Whoops, almost dropped it. Good thing there's a strap on it. We have light, which is a bright, it'll be, well, it doesn't really show up that great in blue. So if I made it white, there you can see, that's a good contrast. We have ink, which you can see the difference there. We have stars, if you want to be the night sky and have stars above you. There you go. And we have fire, which I think red would be a proper color for this, don't you think? I'm going to switch that to the square, because I find it easier to find colors there. Okay, so we got a big fire. Just like that. That looks really circular for some reason. I've never seen it like that before. But yeah, you got fire like this. Then you have oil paint, which I guess I can do here. You can see the nice texture on that, all the way down. We have paper, which is similar, but has paper texture to it. Splatter, if you want to have a crime scene because you just murdered somebody. Here you go, leave the blood trail, the cops will come get you. Flat is exactly how you expect it to be. If you want to paint the room your own color, there you go. We have taffy, and I'll change the color in a second. I'm just trying to show the contrast, especially for the reds, of how the different, it's the same exact color, but the shades are different depending on what you pick, so you have to try to adjust that accordingly. We'll switch over to green. Green's always a bright color, happy color, unlike me. Let's go to velvet. I'll go over here. That's what velvet looks like. It's about as big as I can get the brush. Oh, and just to explain, you make the brush smaller by dragging your thumb across the touchpad, smaller or bigger. So then you have a highlighter. If you were doing a paper for school or something, a marker, which can be huge. Oh my god, I didn't realize I could get that big. That's basically like that, only rounded. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah. Did I mention everything's 3D? So you can go like this, stick your head through, and look at the other stuff. Maybe not the best showcase because they're both green, but you get the idea. Okay, what was I on now? Yeah, I did that, so now we're over here. We have leaves. If you're uncreative and you can't draw your own leaves, there you go. You got some leaves for you. You have snow, which we're definitely going to make white. Let's have snow fall on us as well, just a bit lower. We'll have it over here as well so we can see what it looks like. There's some snow. Really nice. We have wire. Definitely good for the small details if you're going to make something, because you can make it really tiny, like that. Okay, I need to find an area. Well, this will be a good time to show off the other thing, which is teleport, because if I want to go over here, if you have a smallish room like me, like the minimum play area, go over here. Now I'm over here, and if I move this cord out of the way as I turn around, that's where I just was. So now I'll finish showing the rest of them, which is embers, which I missed the opportunity to show it on the fire. Good job, me. Moved it a little too quickly. I should change that to red again. And we'll go up here. Why do I have it turn that way? Let's turn it this way. There, we have embers. Can't really make these that much smaller or bigger, but you know, what do you expect? It's Embers. You have duct tape for taping your victims up in the basement. You have thick paint for painting over the blood that you splattered onto the wall. You have coarse bristles for drawing grass, etc. I guess I might as well do it on the ground if that makes sense. Yeah. See how it looks like ground? It looks like ground. It looks like grass. Holy shit. This is what happens whenever you try to do this twice in one day. You have smoke, which we will make white, because, you know, the easiest to see in this darkish area. Like that. And it does move, so it is like smoke. So, there you go. It's a little too much smoke right there. There we go. I smacked the controller off the headset because there's a little round thing, if you look at the edge of the square, like a little round thing that sticks out, so it's kind of hard. The depth perception is a little off there for me sometimes, which leads to me smacking it off a lot of objects I shouldn't be. It'll be broke within a year. This is like lightning, I like to call it, which I think is pretty cool. Just connect that up. There we go, that's like lightning. That was called plasma. This is streamers. I haven't really found a use for this yet. I guess you could use it in water to represent like it moving through water or something. I don't really know. We have a rainbow. I don't really have to choose. I guess I could choose the color on it. I've never really experimented with the rainbow because I haven't had a reason to make one yet. Yeah, okay, it does change depending on what base color you pick. Then we have hypercolor, which if you want to get some acid and do that and then draw yourself like a little home around you and just trip out for like a few hours, perfect for you, let me tell you. Look at that. Especially because it's like 3D. I can stick my head in and look up. Alright, and that's it for the brushes that we got. This is the brush select, so if I want to just aim this little ball towards something, eventually it'll turn blue. Be like, hey, that's yours now, the color and the brush. I wish there was a separate one for just the color. I run into that issue a lot where I have to select this and reselect the paint brush, but that's a minor complaint. I showed you the teleport. This is a straight edge tool. Let's figure out something. Let's do light. Jeez, I don't want to do it there. Let's do it here. Basically, it'll turn green once you have a straight line. Like that. Across. That's how I made those lines. Well, they're not there anymore for the updates. But that's pretty nice. We have a mirror mode, which mirrors the image. So if I was to, well, not now, but anything I draw after that is going to be mirrored. So if I take this, that's now a straight line over there as well. So there we go. Same thing. So now, if I erase this, that still stays over there. And my headphone fell out, but this game makes no noise anyway, so I'll just change it later. Does not matter. I haven't really messed around with the multicam thing. I don't know what that does for me exactly. It might show up, that looks a little glitchy. It might show up nice on the video, but for me, it's just like if I held a camera out, because I can take a picture, which, I mean, that's the point of it. And then you can make a GIF if you want to hold that in for 5 seconds, which I guess that's pretty cool for people who want to make memes and shit. I don't know. Those types of people. Let's see what else. We covered that. Let's look at the colors, actually, because with the cylinder, it's a little weird. I don't really like it that much compared to the square. I find it to be easier to select things with the square, color-wise, so I stick with that. Then here, we have stuff that I drew. These are like the same things I drew, just save files of it. I guess I can show you what I drew, because whenever I select it, it's going to put me back there for one thing, but it's going to draw it for me. It's going to show all the brush strokes that I made. So it should be, once that gets done, it should be a asteroid going into the moon. So yeah, and then it has a little thing which I always try to catch. Can't ever catch it. Then I guess I could show another one. I don't want to do that yet. We'll do that later. This is like the evolution of me figuring out how to use this. So I drew like a fire with some grass around and a sword sticking in the ground. It's not the best thing, but it gives you an idea of what types of things you can do with this, really. If I was to kneel down and see, I put blood on the ground and on the sword, little magic thingies, whatever that is. It's not finished because I have a tree over there that's just like half a tree, not even half a tree. And it'll be done loading in a second, which I'm going to go over there and I'm going to show you that it's not done. So there we go. So let me teleport over there. Bam. Over there. And as you can see, yeah, that's what it looks like. So then the one that I'm actually proud of making, it's not done yet, but it would be this one. I do not want to teleport. Oh god, that's stuck there now. Okay, let's put that behind me. You don't see a thing. So, this is whenever I actually would sit down with an album on in the little headphones and just listen to that. Let's try to keep that teleport thing out of there for like a good hour, hour and a half. The reason why that's on fire is because I had a lightning bolt coming down, but I took that away. So basically, what I made, there we go, that works. Basically what I made was a waterfall with a cave in there. I put a little fire in there. And I made like a mountain around it with a tree on top, which you can put your head in here and look. So that is a 3D cave. But you can hold, and this is my skin and my background. You kind of saw that. I have a volcano shooting out. It's not done yet because I still have to get that. Let me take that teleport thing off. It's kind of annoying, for me at least. But yeah, still have to work on a lot of this side, a lot of that. I messed up here, which bothered me because I made it... the height was different whenever I loaded back in one time, and I drew the water really low, which it makes no sense that water would go like this but not crash up into there, but that's just me being OCD, so I have to fix that. But all in all, it's a really nice beginner VR thing because it makes you get used to it. Because I experienced motion sickness, and let me tell you, that shit was not fun. I'll explain that while we watch somebody who can actually draw in this, which is this is one of my favorites to watch. It's just amazing. It's so detailed. That's kind of what I was going for, but as you can see, it didn't turn out nearly as good as what he's going to make. He, she, I forget. They sign their name over there eventually, but I don't read that shit. So, the motion sickness thing. I bought Project Cars VR because I figured, wow, racing game. You know, I could use a controller. Could do that. Maybe even make a video or two out of it, see how that goes. Mostly it was for my own amusement. And I started up, and the second I started driving the car, I got the worst motion sickness. It's weird to explain because like this, as long as I'm moving around by myself, it doesn't get me. Doesn't bother me, doesn't make me sick. The second something moves, this, without me doing it, fucks me over for the day. I guess it's just something I have to get over, like motion sick, like seasickness, I guess it would be. Why is that bright in there? But yeah, definitely a work in progress for that, because there's another game, it was a free demo where you could walk around with like using the little touchpad thing here to move your character like a joystick. Fucking sick for the rest of the day. But yeah, as you can see, look how detailed that water is. I wish I could do something like that. The different shades, I don't think of stuff like that. I usually just go with like one monotone color and fill it in afterwards. But what I really like is that since it's 3D, we can bend down and look at all the detail he put in. He, she, whoever signs their name over there eventually. We could actually go under and look through the railroad tracks. I would know because I live next to these and they're fucking annoying, let me tell you. Especially at like 2 a.m. whenever you're trying to sleep and you have the one asshole driver who just lays on the horn like there's actually traffic there at 2 a.m. Yeah, it's great. So I guess I could load it because, I mean, you get the general idea of what he or she is going for. I'm trying to show my background really quick so that happens. How cool is that? But yeah, can't read that because it's too pink and too close together for me. But yeah, look how detailed this is. The water, the boat. Although I could draw on it if I want to. But I wouldn't really want to mess it up. Oh, there's a cave over here. I never noticed this. I looked at this like 3 times already. Never even looked over here. You could have wrote something on there. That would have been nice. That's really nice. That's really well done. I mean, that goes over the tracks. That's kind of dangerous. You know that person's gonna die one day. Even has the light. Oh wow, and it's bright at the end of the tunnel. I never even noticed that. That's what the light was. It's amazing the amount of detail you find the second time you go around through it. Second or third time. But yeah, that's just an overview of what this is. It's really nice. Let's go to the settings. I can change the brush tip, which is basically just this. Instead of it being like angled like that, coming out of my brush, it would just be like that, or straight ahead, depending on how I slide it. No big deal. And the multicam, or spectator camera, I think that's for you guys. I think you'd see me drawing. Alright, I've never tried this before, especially now that I can record it. It's a good time to test this out. If I was to draw, I'd be ruining this guy's painting. Let's say the train tracks are on fire. Why is that still on a straightening tool? Let's undo that. Let's say we were going to do that. His tracks are on fire. All that hard work he put into, done, gone, done, over with. So, with the spectator camera over there, you should have been watching me draw that, right? I can take that off. Should be good now. That might have been too much for my computer to handle. I don't know, because it kind of got laggy whenever I started to do that. So, the reason why I took that off. If I had to change some settings as I do more graphically intensive games, I will. But at least I got it to work for this, which is a fucking miracle. Because you don't know how pissed I was whenever that happened. Let's just get rid of. The eraser tool is, one thing that bothers me about the erasing tool is it doesn't exactly erase like how I think it would. Like, I kind of hope that it would have, like, just erased, like, whatever you swipe at, but it takes the whole thing away. Like, if you made, like, a whole stroke, here, like, this whole line would go away because I'd erase one thing. Actually, let's try that. See? Now it's all gone. At least up to there. Oh, I can't undo that either. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. I thought I ruined his painting. He, she. I can't read that. You can read that for me. It's too blurry. Too far away. You know what? I feel like looking at one more. Because there's a lot. Might as well get another idea of what people can do. What looks cool to me here? The bird one looks cool. What is this? Architecture? Okay, I gotta see this. Oh my god, he drew it with the straightening thing. He's an architect. This is gonna blow my mind. I don't have this type of skill. Brain power. Everywhere I move, it's like keeps drawing over me. Okay, let's stand as close as I can to my stand with all my consoles on it. That's really cool. That's super detailed. I can actually see, now that this is happening, I can see this being a good tool for architects. Making 3D spaces, you know, rough sketches. Wow. This is blowing my mind right now. I didn't know this one existed. Oh, try to catch that. Wow. So if I was let me go and actually teleport over here so I can get a good look at what that is. Go right here, just so I have a little bit of play space to walk over to it. Let's take that off. Like, look at that. That's pretty damn amazing. I wish I had a house like that. I'm assuming that's going to be a house for somebody someday. Even has a case with, like, stuff in it. Wow. How did you draw that? How the fuck did you make that? So I'd like to know. But yeah, I think I'm done here with the presentation showing what the game is part, and I think the next part is going to be me actually making something. Just something quick. Something simple. Something we can all look at and laugh because it sucks. But yeah, ow. I will see you guys next time. LVR on Wednesday.